You know, when you know the truth, you cannot be fooled. I just heard from an Amish preacher from a different state. Didn't give me his name, didn't give me his location. He just said that he's reaching out because he saw my TikTok on his driver that he hired to do some business, take him to different places. He saw my TikTok and he messaged, and I, of course, immediately reached back because I love my people, the Amish, and chatting with them. And he said to me, you should come back. I know you're kind of bitter. You have a worldly phone and you're doing TikTok and you're exposing the Amish because you're just very angry and bitter. And I said, well, you're using a phone to call me right now, ain't you? Yeah, but I don't own it. I said, okay, so God is still happy with you. And he said, well, we just don't believe in owning it, but we can use it. I said, so what about a car? He goes, oh, no, we can't own that. I said, but you hire that driver to do the sin for you? But anyway, it started out bad. I should have probably had more mercy on him. But he goes down this road right here. He said, sir, he said, you need to come back if you were baptized the Amish way. Because once you make that oath at baptism, you already know you made an oath to God and the Amish church. And if you break that oath, and I said, whoa. I never got baptized. I disqualified because I rode an English worldly bicycle, and my Amish church told me I'm disqualified. Oh, I didn't know that. I said, now, do you still look at me as going to hell since I'm not Amish? He goes, well, if you were born and raised Amish, then you should stay Amish because God brought you into the world as an Amish baby. So if you were born and raised that way, you should remain that way because that's the only hope we have to get to heaven. I said, okay, so did Jacob Ammon, did he honor his father and mother? Oh, who's that? I said, oh, that's right. You guys don't go to college. You don't go to school, and you don't educate yourself. Guess what? I said, this guy, when I left the Amish 24 years ago this year, I said, I educated myself. I wanted to see if it's true where the Amish come from and get educated and learn some history. I said, Jacob Ammon? Yeah, your name Amish comes from Ammon. Yeah, he actually did not honor his father and mother. When the Anabaptists came from Switzerland to America, he was angry, wanted power and control over a certain group, so he shunned his own Anabaptist people and started his own church called the Amish. And that's where you come from. So if you teach that you must honor your father and your mother and stay Amish, Jacob Ammon, the one you follow, he also did not even do as he taught. See, a lot of these religious hypocrites, it's do as I say, not as I do. Let's just say when I started into that conversation, I heard on the phone, click.